Hi, I'm Emma Canal, and I run cross country at Hoover High School.
You had an outstanding cross-country season last year. What did you learn from last year that you will take into this year?
Having more patience with myself. I think not letting your times determine how you race the next race, and honestly just trusting your training. Yeah.
You finished 16th in CIF last year. What are your expectations for CIF this year?
Last year I was actually one place away from making it to state, so I think that's like my main goal is making it to state or 15th place. So yeah.
Okay. Last year you had a personal time of 18 minutes and 5 seconds in cross country. How fast do you think you can go this year?
My goal is under 18, so breaking 18 is my main goal. And I think I can do it, especially with track season and like building up that speed last semester, which join track, join Hoover track
And cross country.
Wait. Yeah, especially with the speed building we did last semester during track and field, I honestly think I can get under 18, especially with our upcoming race at Woodbridge this Saturday. Student section at Hoover at cross country is dead.
Insane.
Well, I mean, it's not from other schools, but it's honestly like a huge social event. It's one of the reasons why you should join track and cross country. You make a lot of friends.
Which do you like better, track or cross country?
Honestly, like, I love cross country races, and the environment feels more like family, ohana. But at like track meets, the practices are what make it a lot of fun, and meets are, again, social events. Want to boost your following.
For those of us who don't enjoy running yet, what advice would you give us?
I think you can't force yourself to enjoy running. I mean, if you go in thinking that it's going to be like the mile or like the pacer test, that's not what it is. It might suck sometimes, but like after a while, when you have a lot of like good runs, you realize like, oh, this doesn't have to be suffering anymore, and you get runner's high. And yeah, after a while, like the harder you run, like the better you feel afterwards. And you can't really, I can't explain how that feels unless you've done it yourself. So more incentive to give it a try. Yeah, be open to it.
But why did you start like running, and like what, did you like someone or something inspire you?
Okay, this is what you're gonna ask her.
No, I'm just asking.
No, I have a question.
Okay. You started running in high school. What were you doing before high school?
I was doing volleyball for a couple of years. I actually did it first semester of freshman year, and then my friends were doing cross country and track. I don't really know why, but luckily they had me come down and try practice, and I liked it, but it was mainly just to hang out with friends. And then after I did a race, I was like, oh wait, this is kind of fun, and I
Which
kept
one do
going
you
on.
prefer, volleyball or track or cross country?
Gotta say cross country, the track. Like volleyball, it's better because you're on two opposite sides of the net. It's more of a team sport, but I don't know. I like track and cross country better. This is my petition to only do league meets and no more dual meets. Jack Salakian, please. From Katie
From
Coppersmith.
Katie Coppersmith.
And the entire track team.
She said it, and I said it, and I'm sure she thinks that too.
Join track.
Join track.
You get a free shirt.
You get a free shirt. You make friends.
And you get snacks.
You get
And you burn
a
calories.
lifetime supply of Mott's and Nature Valley bars. On me. No, on
On Cody.
Salakian.
Wait, what else do you get? You probably get.
You get to not do PE if you're. You get a tan, like a nice
Show them the
tan.
washing.
Shut up! No way! Stop! Like this, like this, like this.
Well, you don't necessarily get a watch tan. You get a nice back tan from your sports bra, from your spandex. Eat, sleep, run, repeat.
Woo!
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. This is Suri Says, and I'm Miss Suri. I hope you're all doing well. So this week I'm continuing my video series on the 5 love languages. And this week I'm talking about quality time. So the 5 love languages, just as a quick review, it's a form of expression of love. So one the philosophy is that there's one primary way that you communicate love, or you want others to communicate love to you, and there's 5 of them, and usually you speak one of them. That's your predominant love language. So the love language I'm talking about today is quality time. Quality time is when you want someone to spend time with you, and that it's quality. So basically you are you don't want other people around, and you want it to be about you, and you don't want them to like be on their phones and like be distracted and things like that, right? So if we're thinking about, we're continuing to think about the 4 different relationships in your life as a teenager that you predominantly interact with: your friends, a teacher or an adult, a parent or a guardian, or a romantic relationship. Think about how the love language of quality time impacts that. So if that's your love language in the quiz that you hopefully took, think about which one of these relationships do you want that from the most. I believe that, you know, probably like what I've heard a lot of teens say is that they want quality time a lot with the parent. And sometimes it's hard for a parent because they're working, or there's like, you have like multiple, like you have many siblings or even just one sibling, or, you know, there's just a lot going on, and it's hard to get quality time with a parent. And that if you don't get that quality time, you might think that, oh, my mom doesn't love me because she doesn't ever spend time with me, when that couldn't be further from the truth. It might be that they don't have the time to give you the quality time that you want, but that, or they're not really, it's not really on their minds because they're expressing their love language in another way. Like they might be just, you know, like hugging you, or saying they're proud of you, or working multiple jobs, right? And that's an act of service. So they might be working, so they can't spend quality time as much as you'd like, or if at all. So that doesn't mean that they don't love you, but that, you know, you have to know that everybody's love language can shift and change based on things going on in life, based on different phases, you know, that you're in, or different just things going on in life. So it's important to be mindful of that, right? Or if you're in a relationship and you guys are always hanging out with all your friends, it doesn't mean that there isn't love there. It just means that there's a different love language being communicated there, right? And then sometimes even with your teachers, I would think like a quality time would be when you get to just hang out with them and just get to know them. And, you know, it might not be one-on-one, it might be in a class setting, but you might just enjoy the, you know, just the more free, like getting to know you kinds of activities, if they do circles or something like that. With your friends, you might like have a big group of friends and you want to hang out with just one of them each time, and that's okay. But then the other person might not care for that. That's not their love language. So they like it more when you're in groups, and their love language is gifts, and they're buying you, you know, your ice cream every time or something like that, right? So you have to be mindful of people's love languages. I know it's getting repetitive, but I want to make sure that you understand this because it impacts your relationships, okay? And so quality time is an important one. Maybe you have to be mindful of that. If, let's say, you do have a friend who wants that, and then you didn't think it's a thing, and then now you're like, oh, okay. So it's kind of cool. You can talk to your friends about, hey, what's your love language, right? So it'll just make your relationships in your life stronger, and that's the whole point of educating you about these things. So you have tools to have stronger, more effective, impactful, and happier relationships. Okay, I hope this one was good and it was educational, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.